alongside Quisenberry, Antrell Charlton, Kyle Rose, and Chuba Ohams, and we're underway with Gustafson controlling that opening tip for the Spiders, who are good, to say the least, on offense, averaging 74 points per game. They shoot it well in general. They shoot it well from downtown. They rarely turn the ball over, except on their opening possession today.
I mean, right on cue, and this is a Spiders team, first among A-10 teams and fourth in the nation with a 1.71 assist-to-turnover ratio. They take care of the ball, and they're great with ball movement on the offensive end.
Darius Quisenberry looking at Grant Golden on his first touch. Good drive, good look, and a flush from Ohams to start the night.
And that's perfectly executed by Quisenberry, getting the mismatch with Golden on the perimeter, collapsing, driving to the basket, and then finding Chuba for the slam.
Richmond, good offensive numbers, shaky defensive numbers as Gustafson scores on the take. And we're 2-2, 45 seconds in.
And with Gustafson in the lineup, Chris Mooney looking for some more size on both ends. And right there, Gustafson, good move to the basket.
Antrell Charlton lobbing for Ohams, able to catch against Golden. KO doubles. Charlton's open. Off back rim into the hands of Dathan KO. And it's Gustafson initiating the offense on this trip down for the Spiders. They run Chris Mooney's version of the Princeton offense, which he played in at Princeton 4 really good seasons. Burton against Rose, and the whistle is on number 10 in white.
It looks like Burton and Kyle Rose exchanging some pleasantries there, but so far early on, we're seeing Coach Neptune, he's letting Kyle Rose have that assignment, but right there, maybe a little extra shove there.
KO's got some space off the inbound, scores up against Ohams. As you can probably notice, we continue to play here in the Bronx in an empty gym, so the noise is from the Spiders, the Rams, the band is here, the cheerleaders, and then workers. Quisenberry thought about the deep three, driving instead, and he scores off the window.
And that's what Darius Quisenberry can do. A three-level score can get you driving to the basket, mid-range three-point shot right there, taking Gustafson off the dribble.
Quisenberry had 15 points in Saturday's loss at St. Louis. Grant Golden spinning to his right, left it short. Ohams, the A-10's leading rebounder, has his first snatch of the evening. On the push, the hands from Gustafson. KO's out running. No numbers, a deflection to Burton, and then Charlton guilty of the reach-in. The foul's on the floor.
And we know Chuba can run the floor. He can dribble, but right there, just a little bit out of control. Richmond able to force the turnover. And Tyler Burton, very aggressive right now, just going to the basket, putting his head down. And you have to think he wants to build on what was a disappointing performance. Last time out, a season worst, 22% field goal against Davidson in that loss.
That was some game, though, last Friday night, as Charlton from behind knocks it away from KO and then springs Quisenberry, who's called for a travel. Well, we've seen extra leniency this year with that traveling violation. The college game getting a little more forgiving like the pro game, and Charlton's defense sprung Quisenberry, who was just getting an explanation before this inbound as to why that one was a travel. Rams can turn you over no matter who you are. Duquesne came in last week averaging just 10 turnovers per game and then almost doubled that. Richmond protects the ball as well. KO the putback off the Golden miss. The problem for the Rams, though, last weekend against St. Louis, they got the turnovers, 20 of them, but didn't score off them.
Yeah, and that's what we saw him do against Duquesne. Take those turnovers and turn them into easy points. Weren't able to do that on the road, and that's how SLU was able to get back in the game and ultimately win.
Quisenberry misses it all on the curling three. Gilliard with speed in the front court gets it back from Golden. Gilliard had a game-high 28 for Richmond in the Davidson loss on Friday, 87-84. Spiders loss on their home floor. Golden over the back.
Yeah, AB, right here. Golden just going right over the top of Charlton, doing a nice job blocking out, and that's over the back there on Grant Golden early on, and Chris Mooney will take him out, and he'll take a seat on the bench.
Burton will leave as well, as Matt Grace replaces Golden, and Nick Sherrod Another one of those super seniors is back in for Richmond, and it's just good to see Sherrod playing. He has torn each of his ACLs during his Richmond career. Crafty veteran scorer, had 20 on 5 threes against Davidson.
Yeah, I mean, he's shooting 40% over his last 5 games from beyond the arc.
Charlton trying to move on KO, got him in the air, doesn't get the bounce, but he'll shoot free throws.
It's just a crafty move there by Antrell Charlton. Really has that YMCA old school style game there. Very patient, methodical, driving to the basket, gets KO up, off on the jump, and goes to the charity stripe for 2.
Charlton, one of the players who the Rams need more points from. Without Antonio Day as he rattles in that first free throw. Charlton, though, struggling. His last 4 games, just 20 total points on 8 of 39 shooting as we check out Andrew's keys to the game.
Yeah, and we start with Antrell Charlton. With the departure of Antonio Day, Antrell Charlton has 41 assists. He is now the lead assist man. He had a career-high 9 against LaSalle, so he'll have to be that facilitator. And for the Rams, win the battle on the boards. They gave up 48 rebounds to the Billikens, only grabs 26. That's a season low. So for the Rams, battle of the boards, win that, and also play through Charlton and let him be the initiator on offense.
Rams showed some pressure after Charlton hit both free throws. Richmond broke it halfway through the shot clock. Grace against Abdou Simbila, who just came in for Chuba Ohams. Grace leaning, falling away. He's called for. They have really been keying on their starts. The first 4 minutes of most games have been their worst 4 minutes chunk. So they really, since Friday, have been working towards a good start. They at least didn't have a bad start. It was 16-2 in a hurry against Davidson. They were down on Friday, so 6-6. They're killing it tonight.
Yeah, it's almost the equivalent of a boxer taking the first 3 rounds off, kind of getting the feel for it, and then trying to turn it up for the second half of the round. As that's just an errant throw there by Quisenberry.
He missed Simbila, and he missed the rim. Empty trip for Fordham. Matt Gray still out there for Grant Golden. Takes the 3, missed it. Colon Navarro, nice tip. He and Simbila trying to move. Colon Navarro kept his footing, but no hoop in transition. Rams will run their half-court offense. Five minutes in, just 12 total points on the board. Antrell Charlton's got 10 to shoot. Simbila, tough catch. Back for Charlton. Now Rose is open, and Kyle Rose has a triple.
And how about Kyle Rose, what he's been able to do, shooting 47% from beyond the arc over his last 5 games. He's really locked in on the offensive end, and we know what he can do as a defender on this side.
Gilliard lucky to get Sherrod on the far wing. Now it's KO. Bigger than Charlton. Sweeps it for Grace. He's wide open. Shot clock to 8. Simbila leaning on KO. He's got 6 points. Strong finish, Nathan KO.
And that's just a tough move against a bigger defender in Simbila, but Nathan KO still gets it to go.
Sneaky scorer. Rebounder. But put some points on the board. 1,000-point score. He's 4th in program history in field goal percentage is Nathan KO. Fordham with the ball. Up by 1. It'll stay that way on the Colon Navarro miss. Sherrod, quick release, and a rebound for Simbila.
And for the Rams now, you want to get some going. The half-court offense has been a problem for this team this season. They have to execute and really get clean sets off.
Rose tries again. That's off to the right and out of bounds back to Richmond. And we'll get substitutions. Golden and Burton come back, and Isaiah Wilson is in for the first time for Richmond. Ohams back for Fordham, replacing Charlton. And Cameron Cunningham comes on now. So it's Quisenberry, Rose, Cunningham, Ohams, and Simbila. This is about as long as Fordham can go against Gilliard, Wilson, Sherrod, Burton, and Golden. Grant Golden has 3 points from 2,000. Wilson shooting off the bench and now matching air balls.
And how about that? Both teams coming out just a bit rusty. Neither team able to get anything going. Spiders 0 of 4 from downtown, and the Rams not any better, 1 of 5.
could be rust, it could be backdrop. This rim to our right's got nothing behind it because that had become kind of the concession area this season. No baseline seating to our right, but now that's just all empty space. To our left, there's just the band behind that rim in this mostly empty gym, so that might be part of the shooter's concerns here early on as well.
No, it certainly does affect the depth perception for a shooter.
Good hands from Gilliard. Cunningham recovers. Rose on a drive. And that was going out to Quisenberry clean. Ohams thought it was for him and deflects it out of bounds.
And just miscommunication there between Kyle Rose, Chuba, and Quisenberry. But again, I think that's a product of not having a true traditional point guard to initiate that offense. You're seeing just some stagnant play and really taking too long to get into their sets.
Yeah, I wouldn't even call Antonio Day Jr. a true point guard as Cunningham bumps Burton bringing on the whistle, but he was certainly their best facilitator, got himself into the paint, took the shot himself, created for others, as you see Cunningham and Burton, the end of their little exchange. Just a personal foul and an inbound for the Spiders near baseline.
And you can tell early on they're being very physical with Burton.
Can't hit that time over Simbila, and then Oham strong in the air on the miss. The cold start continues for Richmond. Rams not doing much better as Cologne Navarro misses, so does Simbila, and then again, and finally it's Ohams on the tip.
And Chuba Ohams just sticking around, great anticipation. Simbila wasn't able to put that down, but Chuba's there for the tip-in.
Fordham by 3, approaching the 12-minute mark in this opening half. Golden. Cunningham in transition. Simbila again on the offensive glass. Richmond not a good rebounding team. Fordham is. Another drive and kick. Rose has 3 more, and the lead 6.
And Kyle Rose, 2 trays already, leading all scorers, tied with Nathan Kao, 6 point each for Rose and for Kao.
So Richmond survived the first 4 minutes. The next 4 minutes, they're taking a step back here, falling behind tier 14A. Gilliard has the answer. High arcing, nothing but net off the right wing.
And Jacob Gilliard last time out, 28 points. Not someone who's going to explode in the scoring category, but he's fully capable of going off on any given night.
And in those 28 points, 5 threes. I believe it was the first one that made him #1 all-time in program history. So now he is #1 for the Spiders in assists and 3-pointers, and he's #1 in D1 in steals. That is some kind of career. Ohams late in the shot clock. The tip would go. Yes, it did. Thought it was going to fall off the front. It doesn't, and Fordham is up by 5.
And it's all about Chuba's motor, his ability to jump again that second time, get the tip, and you can just tell he wants it in the paint, and he's out rebounding Grant Golden down there.
Already 6 points and 4 boards for Ohams. Wilson got caught in the air.
Now this is where you usually see the Rams run it, push the pace. That's where they're at their most successful offensively.
Cologne Navarro backs up as Kyle Neptune shouts at a new play for Fordham. Still waiting on the 12-minute media timeout. Cologne Navarro an extra step. But they have reconfigured things after a couple of missed games right around the new year. And hopefully everyone plays uninterrupted the rest of the way now.
No, I mean, it really is an unknown navigation through the season, but you're happy that they're able to reschedule these games. As Gilliard, how about that? Another 3.
You and I aren't coaches, but I would strongly suggest not forgetting where Jacob Gilliard is. The defense is the calling card, but he's going to knock down open 3s like that.
Yeah, and with the Spiders struggling right now, it's going to take one of their experienced guys to step up and be assertive.
Patrick Kelly is in for the first time for Fordham as Charlton backs into 3 Spiders. And a foul before it came out to Cunningham. And I believe Chris Mooney got a technical foul in there.
Coach Mooney was unhappy there, as was Jacob Gilliard. Thought he had all ball, as we see here on this previous play. Charlton posting him up, and then coming off the double, looked like could have been a tie-up, but the referee saw the reach in.
And you can see in the top of your screen, the official making the call blew his whistle again and put his hand back in the air and kind of pointed at Chris Mooney, but no tech. So we're just back to action. Kyle Rose stepped on the sideline.
And perhaps maybe just a warning for Chris Mooney, just letting him know that if he does react like that again, could be a technical. But for Fordham right there, Kyle Rose stepping on the line, and another turnover for the Rams. That's 6 turnovers already in this first half, AB.
Already 3 for Richmond, was a little ahead of their normal pace. So whistle down low. Quisenberry, smaller, got caught on Matt Grace's hip. And he's called for the foul. Connor Crabtree, number 13, is in for the first time for Richmond. This is Grace working on Patrick Kelly. All the way across the lane, now back to his right, in and out, and into the hands of Quisenberry. Good denial by Sherrod on Oham, so the Rams go in the other direction. Halfway through the shot clock. Charlton over the top. They have doubled Ohams on every touch in the post. It's out to Kelly, and Patrick Kelly finally has a triple. He was 0 for 8 through his first 4 games as a Ram. He knocks down that one to rebuild a 5-point edge.
That's a welcome sight for Pat Kelly. We know he can stretch the floor. He's a shot extender, and right there able to knock down the 3.
And at about 5:30 this afternoon, 2.5 hours before tip, he was the first Ram on the court putting up shots. Sherrod to the other side spins it home.
That's a good job. Knowing he has Chuba Ohams there, a great shot blocker, going to the reverse and allowing the rim to protect him from Chuba's shot blocking.
The Richmond bench continues to make a ton of noise, especially on this end with their teammates defending in front of them, and there's a takeaway from Gilliard. Now the backdoor cut, and Gilliard scores on this end. That's Richmond basketball.
Yeah, and right there, a great cut to the basket, catches Darius Quisenberry sleeping, and an easy 2 for Jacob Gilliard.
He's already got 8 with a pair of steals after his 28-point effort against Davidson on Friday. Rams still a little unsettled, a little scattered in the half-court offense, but leading by 1. Quisenberry driving, and he gets the roll. Tough finish for Quisenberry.
And over the bigger defender, too. Great drive to the basket. Darius Quisenberry been very aggressive going to the hole.
Gilliard feeling it. Scraping the roof with another triple. We're not at a 21, and Gilliard's got 11.
And he's been hot over the last 3 games. 19 points for Jacob Gilliard. He's been on fire.
Now it's Kyle Rose on this end for Fordham, retaking the lead.
And this up and down style, if this can sustain, Fordham very much going to embrace this style of play.
Crabtree for Burton. Beats Charlton, couldn't beat Kelly. But Crabtree's got the triple, and Richmond's back in the lead.
That's just great reflexes by Burton, seeing his shot deflected and just tapping it back and finding Crabtree for the corner 3.
Rams again halfway through the shot clock. Quisenberry, Charlton over Gilliard. He's got a triple. That's another welcome sign for Fordham, missing Antonio Day. They need Charlton or Cunningham or Kelly or Rose to knock down shots, and today they all are.
Yeah, and they've had a great first half from 3, 44%.
Sherrod misses. Gilliard snapped it down low. Good hands by Rose.
Kyle Rose again really personifying what you want in a 3-and-D player over these last couple possessions.
Rose looking for space. The shovel. Ohams!
That's just great basketball right there. Kyle Rose being patient, waiting for the defense to collapse, and then finding Chuba.
And now miscommunication. Crabtree and Burton. It's a Richmond turnover, and it's a Fordham lead.
How about this right here? Kyle Rose with the shovel, dunk to Chuba Ohams. A-10 basketball right here at Rose Hill Gym.
Welcome back inside the Rose Hill Gym. Entertaining first 14 minutes of this one. Fordham with this 4-point lead on Richmond. Get great exposure for your business and connect with Fordham students, alumni, and all Ram fans. To become a corporate partner of the Fordham Rams, please reach out to John Anselmo at janselmo@fordham.edu. We were trying to figure out where Richmond's defense was this year. They want to be elite. They have flashed being an elite unit. They've got the length and the experience as a team, not just Gilliard by himself, but the numbers don't necessarily lie. Teams shoot well against them from all over the floor. The computer numbers for their defense are not great. So here's Fordham with 28 points in 14 minutes against Richmond.
Yeah, I mean, this is a team that went from that zone to a more traditional man-to-man, and it worked out those first 2 years. Great defensive numbers, but you're right. This season has not been the same defensive unit as right here. Josh Colon-Navarro suffers the same fate as Kyle Rose earlier, just stepping on the end line.
Right in front of that Richmond bench, which I think has an end, but it's hard to tell. Since they had 6 players come back for their extra year this year, there are 20 young men on the Spiders roster. Offensive rebound and a miss from KO. He tries again, and this time it drops through over Simbila.
And that just can't happen for Simbila. He's got to be able to block out. You don't want to give this Spiders team extra possessions to cash in on second chance points. That's what Nathan KO does just right there.
That's the second missed lob from the Rams tonight. Neither one of them has been close to working as Burton comes back in for Sherrod. So the Spiders now back to their starting 5 of Gilliard, Gustafson, Burton, KO, and Golden. Grant Golden scoreless so far, 3 points away from 2,000. And that is rarefied air. He would be just the 4th in program history, only the 4th active player. Thought about the history 3 there, didn't take it, gets those 2, and now he's 1 away from 2K.
And there's also 3 rebounds away from 900 for his career that have him at 2,000 points, 900 rebounds, and 400 assists for his entire collegiate career.
Tie game getting late in the first half. High screen for Quisenberry. In and out goes the 3, and there's one of those rebounds now for Golden. And he pushes to KO. Burton probing, kicking, Golden releases. Can't hit again.
But if you're the Spiders, that's exactly the possession you want off that mismatch with Navarro and Burton finding Grant for the open 3. Just doesn't go in.
There's a bunch of grandpas basically playing for Richmond right now. And it has led, though, to some oddities about this season where they've had these bad starts, which you've discussed. They've also had some close games that they failed to close out and lose late. On paper, in theory, they should be better than 10-7 and not have a losing record in the A-10 based on their personnel, but that's where they are right now.
Yeah, it's definitely a disappointing mark through 17 games, but we look at all the experience, and I think that's why Richmond and Chris Mooney, they aren't panicking. They know that if everyone plays up to their potential, this Richmond team is going to be one of the best teams in the A-10 and tough to beat come A-10 conference tournament time.
Baseline screen, freed Burton, but he stays cold, and we stay tied at 28. Long feed to Colon-Navarro. Now it's Quisenberry, and he hits the deck after hitting the 3. Burton brushed him, no whistle for that. Rams retake the lead.
That's just great transition offense and a good job by Navarro setting up Quisenberry for that open 3.
Burton off a curl. Kicks out.
Tyler Burton 0 of 4 in the first half. He has been held in check by the Rams.
Rose out of the corner. Burton skying for that rebound. Gilliard had that quick burst, 3 threes, 11 points, quiet since then. before KO knocks over Rose. Rose is called for the reach-in. That's 2 on Kyle Rose. He's going to come out. Pat Kelly's going to come back in. Rams choose to play big. Usually it's 4 perimeter players and Ohams or Simbila, but Kelly goes out there with Ohams right now. Golden all by himself, down the lane, off the window for history. 2,001 points for Grant Golden.
Yeah, and only the 4th active player ever to achieve that feat, so congrats to Grant Golden. But right there, Pat Kelly really just fell asleep coming right into the game and allows Grant Golden the wide open lane.
Grant Golden, speaking of the experience, he was a freshman in 2016. That's how long he has been with Richmond. Now, he's working on another extra year because of a medical redshirt in that freshman season. Pat Kelly's off to the right. Golden collapsed on the court early in his freshman season, had a heart procedure, didn't play the rest of that year. Now the COVID year, hence this extra long stay with the Spiders, and all of these points and rebounds and assists. Gilliard again, 4 triples, 14 points, and a lead for his Spiders.
And how about Jacob Gilliard, knowing that his team is struggling shooting the ball, he is taking it upon himself, and as Andrew mentioned, 13 points to lead all scorers.
And let me correct myself, just a 2-pointer out of the corner for now for Gilliard. Ohams against Golden, tough angle. Final minute of an entertaining first half in the Bronx. Richmond in the lead at the moment.
And this offense really been playing through Grant Golden over the last 5 minutes.
Good hands from Charlton. Richmond will keep it, 14 to shoot.
So you see here, AB, on the previous possession, Gilliard just fading away. Cologne Navarro with a good contest, able to close out. But Gilliard, he's pumped, and he's locked in from downtown.
Is he pumped, or is he mad that his foot was inside the arc?
Well, both things could be true.
Gustafson and Burton come together. Gustafson controls, extra pass, pump fake Golden, and he'll go to the free throw line. How about that ball movement? Out to the wing and Gilliard, 1 touch to Golden, and now he's at the line.
Yeah, I mean, that's a big reason why this Spiders team leads the A-10 in total assists coming into this game. And right there, great pass, great shot fake there by Grant Golden to get the contact, and now he'll go to the line for 2.
Golden good on the first. The Richmond lead to 3, the largest it's been in this first half. 10-second differential. Rams can play 2 for 1 if they want. Quisenberry able to recover. Takes the shot over Gustafson. Cologne Navarro the save. Already at 31 here through 19 tonight. And now this second to last possession of the opening half. They want Ohams. Charlton gets it to him. 5 on the timer. Up strong and good over Golden. Final seconds for the Spiders. Kale looking for help. Gilliard's open. Gilliard again. What? First, much to the delight of the Richmond bench. One and 2 for Quisenberry. And again, strength in numbers. Richmond's got 15 players on their bench making noise. A 20-man roster for Chris Mooney as we get going here in half number 2. Quisenberry from deep, and he's got 4 points in a hurry out of the locker room.
I mean, he missed the front end of those technical free throws, but he gets going with a 3 there. He's up to 11 points in double digits now for the Rams.
And his coach gave him a little pep talk after that missed free throw and all that noise from the Richmond bench. Charlton fouled KO from behind. Quisenberry took the message, caught the pass, and drilled the three. And free throws coming for Nathan Kao.
And right there, a nice three, right? And Quisenberry, he's going to have to be that. He is now the leading scorer of this team, and if he has opportunities to hurt you from beyond the arc, he's a very good yet streaky shooter.
Kao had 8 points and 5 rebounds in the first half. Doesn't get the bounce on the free throw. The second thumps back rim as well. Kao's got a weird release on his jumper and cocks that free throw oddly as well, and doesn't have much success with any kind of release, just a 48% free throw shooter. Quisenberry stepping back. And Colon Navarro couldn't reach the miss, so it's Burton for Richmond. Tyler Burton, the leading scorer in the Atlantic 10, had 0, missed all 4 of his shots in the opening half. Kao, the little hook, won't sit down. Here's Charlton the other way for Fordham.
See here, does Fordham push the pace?
Chuba called for a travel. That's 11 turnovers for Fordham.
And for Chuba, they're just taking that extra step after the initial hop step, and referees call him for traveling.
Grant Golden scored the 2,000th point of his career in the first half. Ball movements, Gilliard again. No look at the Fordham bench this time, but he backed up on the release, knew it was going in. He's got 19-5 more from downtown for Gilliard.
It's just beautiful ball movement by the Spiders, and that's what they've been able to do. And Jacob Gilliard, he has been the dagger for them.
He has all 5 of their made threes. The rest of the team is 0 for 9 from downtown. It's Richmond basketball off the tie-up.
I mean, and this is what we saw in that last time out against Davidson. Over his last 3 games, he knocks that down over Quisenberry. Again, shooting it at 48% from the floor. Again, 19 points, 6 assists, almost 4 steals, and almost 4 rebounds for Jacob Gilliard over his last 3 contests.
Josh Colon Navarro was chasing him around the court, now off him on a switch. Burton missing again. Richmond leads by 3 despite a goose egg from Burton. Charlton, way downtown.
How about Charlton extending the range there off the missed shot? That transition offense sets up another wide open 3-point shot.
Tied at 40, 2.5 gone by. Quisenberry got Gustafson on the arm.
And right here, great pass and just leading and stepping right into it. Antrell Charlton, unafraid, knocks down the long tray.
Charlton having a good offensive night, his best in recent memory, up to 8 points. 2 of 3 shooting. A pair of rebounds, 3 assists, a block in there as well. He and Quisenberry are already top 10 in the Atlantic 10 in minutes played with Antonio Day Jr. Those numbers probably going to go up without the Rams' leading scorer and assist man who left the team a week ago, as Gustafson gets them both. Nick Sherrod returns for Richmond. Kao will sit.
And AB, you mentioned Charlton, a season-high 39 minutes that last time out against SLU.
Wants another. In and out to Gustafson. Good look by Gilliard. It's Golden to the other side to drop it in.
And you see the Rams there trying to throw a double at Jacob Gilliard, but we talked about it. Such a great passer right there, finds Grant Golden.
8 points for Golden, 4-point Richmond lead. Charlton against Sherrod. Here's Rose curling. 8 to shoot. Simbila. 5 to shoot for Quisenberry. Now it's Rose for 3. Up against the shot clock.
And how about that? Kyle Rose, I mean, he has just grown so much as a shooter, and again knocks down the 3, and Fordham within 1.
3 threes in the half, 8 in the game for Fordham. Golden showing off the moves, the spins, and
less turnovers, and that's what the Spiders do well. Great ball movement as we've seen, and of course taking care of the ball and in turn forcing their opponents over on the other side.
It's a win though, I guess, when you've played 24 minutes and Jacob Gilliard only has 2 steals. The all-time leader Division I in that category as Golden misses from up close. Rams come back looking for the lead and turn it over right on cue. Spiders running. Gustafson all the way for 2. Had Gilliard spotting up right wing, but kept it, got the deuce, and the lead's 3.
And now that's 18 points off turnovers for the Spiders. Every time the Rams have made a mistake, the Spiders have been able to capitalize.
Gustafson did it again. Slapped it down off Quisenberry out of bounds.
And just great pressure there, doing just enough to make Quisenberry uncomfortable right here, just stepping in, and Quisenberry just goes right off his hands, and that's 14 turnovers for the Rams tonight.
The officials were talking about something, couldn't figure out what it was, but there's a little knot in the net to our left. So one of the young men, much taller than either one of these Andrews, went up and fixed it for us, so now we can play again.
Andrew, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm 6'3".
Are you?
I'd like to think so on a good day.
Grant Golden to the other side of the rim, takes the hard fall to get the chance at a 3-point play.
And I'll tell you this, I couldn't make that move with that contact and getting pushed to the ground, gets the basket to go, but you just got to hope Grant Golden's all right. He's holding on to his lower back, but looks to be walking it off.
Grant Golden's too old for this.
Is that a Danny Glover from Lethal Weapon? I'm too old for this?
I mean, it's just he's too old for this. He's been in college since 2016. Yep. Finished last year with a broken finger at off-season surgery. Back feeling good this year, but takes the hard spill, but the hoop and now the free throw. The 3-point play is there. Richmond leads by 6. That's their largest edge of the game. And Golden goes and gets a rest as Matt Grace comes back in.
And AB just 2 more rebounds for Grant Golden to get 900 for his career.
He's already gotten to 2,000 career points tonight, so a second milestone very much in reach. Rams again in a hole. Ohams driving through Grace, finding Quisenberry, but he's on the sideline. That's the 3rd time today a Ram has either caught the ball on the line or stepped on the line, making a move towards its in.
Yeah, and we know it's the short corner, but as a player, when you go over to the setup camp, you have to watch your feet, make sure you're in bounds before you get that pass. And as you mentioned, 3 times the Rams have turned it over in that fashion.
Grace got caught in the air, but found Burton nonetheless. Burton puts Quisenberry down. The bad night for Tyler Burton continues.
Yeah, I mean, he's been in quicksand tonight. 0 of 5 from the floor. Does have 4 rebounds, 3 assists, but right here, just puts his shoulder in. Quisenberry does a great job of selling it, and for Burton now, that's his first foul of the evening. But again, if you're Chris Mooney, despite what Tyler Burton has done or lack there not done, still up by 6 points.
There are a couple of scouts in the building tonight. There were even more in the gym on Friday at Davidson watching Burton and others. Burton's the only noticeable name this evening, and it's back-to-back lackluster games for him. Charlton backdoor, Gustafson blocked it, and now Charlton's called for a foul going through Gustafson to get the ball back. How about this second half defense from Andre Gustafson?
And that's just great recovery, taking the push from Charlton and then coming up, anticipating, getting the block, and then Charlton gets called for the foul, trying to scramble and get the ball.
Charlton's going to leave. Josh Colon Navarro comes back in for Fordham. 2+ minutes scoreless for the Rams. They've watched the Spiders go up by 6. Looking for more. Nice throw ahead. Burton attacking, leaping. It's a block on Ohams. It won't count in the box score, but another miss for Burton as well. Plus a hard crash into the support of the hoop.
And AB, when you don't have it going, the easiest thing to do to get yourself back in the rhythm, attack the basket, go to the free throw line, and that's exactly what Tyler Burton does and gets the foul called on Chuba.
Burton came in averaging 17.6 points per game, number 1 in the Atlantic 10. One of only a handful of players in the top 10 in his conference in points, rebounds, and field goal percentage, and he finally now has a point as that free throw falls in.
Yeah, I mean, last year was the Chris Daniels Award winner for the most improved player in the A-10, averaging 12 last year. And Andrew, he could win it yet again. I mean, the stats have gone up, number 1 in the A-10 in scoring. He's going to be right there, maybe the first ever Spider to win it back-to-back years.
And right now, he's kind of projected as a second-round NBA pick, 6'7", has the body, has the skill set of a pro, and could play another year of college basketball next year, as well as Quisenberry gets 3 needed ones for Fordham.
Yeah, Quisenberry, that's his 3rd three-pointer of the game, and for the Rams now, it's got to happen on this defensive end. They've got to be able to slow down this fluid Spiders offense.
Backdoor cut for Burton, lays in his first field goal of the night. And this is the last thing Fordham needs, Tyler Burton, to get it going here in the second half.
Yeah, we spoke to Kyle Neptune about the matchup nightmare that Tyler Burton is, and right there, cuts to the rim and gets the easy deuce.
Burton playing defense against Kyle Rose here. Cameron Cunningham takes over for Fordham. Shakes Sherrod, thrown away by Grace. Defense from everybody from the Spiders now. Gilliard whips it. Sherrod just missed it. A rebound for Ohams. 10 points, 7 boards. Chuba leads the break. Lefty finish won't fall. And that's Cunningham reaching in on Gustafson, bringing another whistle against Fordham. That's already 6 fouls, now 7 fouls on the Rams, so Richmond free throws the rest of the way.
And how about the rim protection there by Matt Grace, denying Cameron Cunningham, and the defense for the Spiders really turning up the heat, and for the Rams, just out of sync, unable to really build a rhythm here in the second half.
Gustafson gets the roll. Gustafson missed the first 9 games this season following off-season surgery, has slowly been upping the workload, and in the starting lineup tonight, left that one short. Rose able to get the carom for the Rams, who now need some offense, down by 8. It is their largest deficit of the evening.
And when in doubt, go to Darius Quisenberry. He's been your best option offensively, and right now he's flashing to the ball.
He's got 14, 11 for Rose, 10 for Ohams, 8 for Charlton. Quisenberry, the takeoff and the finish. That big night continues, but now he's got to hustle back on D, chasing Gustafson. Burton. Quisenberry trying to stay hot. Cologne Navarro hoists and knocks it down. Rams within 3.
How about Josh Cologne Navarro, his first made basket of the night, and it's a timely one. It's a 1-possession game. Rams down just 3.
Cologne Navarro matched up with Gilliard. It's Burton against Rose. Down the lane, up strong and in. Richmond bench loves it.
Yeah, not much more Kyle Rose can do there. Uses his length, body to body, but Tyler Burton, as we mentioned, NBA-style body, and gets the easy basket.
He's got 6. Rose right down the lane, an easy 2. Chris Mooney just rubbing his forehead, wondering how that was so easy for Kyle Rose.
And we mentioned if this game goes into a more up-tempo style, that really does favor the Rams, and they've been able to get easy baskets in transition.
Grace right back to Gilliard, airborne, perfectly placed for Sherrod to drop it back through.
Again, that's on Chuba Ohams. You got to know where your man is, box him out, and get that rebound. Again, another extra possession for the Spiders, and then another second chance point.
Gustafson's a lot of length for Quisenberry to deal with. Skip pass. Kelly. Quisenberry hustles to get it back. Rose is open. Bottoms for Kyle Rose.
That was all started by Darius Quisenberry. His hustle to get that offensive rebound. And how about Kyle Rose, 6 of 8, 4 of 6 from downtown tonight.
It's his second biggest scoring game of the season. Sherrod switches, couldn't hit. A rebound for Kelly and a chance to get even or take the lead for the Rams midway through the second half.
Yeah, and the Rams, they have knocked down 4 of their last 5 baskets.
There you go. Had a great career just a few steps away on this same campus of Fordham Prep. And he's one of the 6 that came back for an extra year. Even he came back to spend another year with Chris Mooney and these Spiders.
And you got to feel happy that Stephanie Gately comes see her son. And really, that's what it is. It's just an incredible family and such an athletic family, too, and what they've been able to do, especially in the game of basketball.
The only bad news is with the COVID restrictions, Dad can't be here. Mom, I want to say snuck in, but again, when you've won this many games in this gym, I think you can come in whenever you want. Plus, she's a really good mom because she made cookies, and even I got a bag.
Oh, is that what was dropped off earlier?
Yes.
A bag of cookies?
I got a bag. Bob Black, the legendary voice of the Spiders, got a bag. I believe all of the Spiders got bags as well. And I've got 3. One's for sale.
I will take that one, but I mean, mother first, Baker second, head basketball coach third for Stephanie Gately.
Rams let Grant Golden shoot, and it works as he misses, and another rebound for Chuba Ohams. Quisenberry into Burton. That's got to be something.
Yeah, a lot of contact there, but Burton doesn't get called for it.
And then Gilliard, the crossover, but way too strong on the shot. KO, Burton, and that's not going to count. He's at least hit a couple of shots, but that's Tyler Burton's night in a nutshell. The dunk wouldn't go, stayed on the rim, negating it, dropping through finally.
Yeah, it looks like it's an easy two-handed slam, but he lets it go a little too bit early, then grabs the rim, and that is offensive interference. And Tyler Burton, with a puzzled look on his face, just asking himself, what do I have to do to get off a clean shot?
We've all been there, though. You're just at the rim to dunk. You need like another inch or 2. Quisenberry, and 1! Chris Mooney asking for the hook that Quisenberry used. It almost looks like Kyle Neptune agrees with Mooney that his guy got away with one right there to get around Crabtree, who picks up the foul, recovering on D.
I mean, that's just a veteran move there by Quisenberry. Crabtree gives him the foul, and for Quisenberry now 11 points here in the second half after scoring 7 in the first.
But he misses the free throw, keeping his team down by 2. Just 1 of 3 from the line tonight is Quisenberry. But in general, he's having the night Fordham needs without Antonio Day Jr. KO the timeout at the free throw line, trying to complete the 3-point play, and he does not. It's a 4-point Richmond lead, 8 minutes to go. The Spiders have been up by as many as 8. Fordham had a 6-point lead early in this one. Richmond asking for a travel on Quisenberry's drive. Charlton cut off, needs a teammate, 12 to shoot. Now Rose in trouble. Charlton puts it up and down for 3.
And how about the Rams? 7 of 11. They've heated up from distance, 64% from three-point land.
This is their best three-point shooting night of the season, and Charlton's the 4th Ram in double figures. He's got 11. Ohams has 10, 16 for Rose, 18 for Quisenberry, and now 24 for Jacob Gilliard.
And Jacob Gilliard says, anything you can do, I can do better, and I can add a step back to my three-point shot.
He's got 6 triples, 28 on Friday in the Davidson loss, 24 with 7 to go tonight. Quisenberry empty from downtown.
You have to think that's just a heat check there by Darius Quisenberry. as we see here. Jacob Gilliard step you back. Josh Navarro knocks down the three. Jacob Gilliard with a game high 24 points tonight.
Gilliard's had an 8 3-point game in his career. He's 6 for 9 from downtown. KO rolling, kicking, extra pass, and then another one, and then another one. Grace finally shoots and hits. Everybody touched it. Grace gets the triple, the lead 7.
How about that? Around the world, where does it stop? Matt Grace in the corner for 3.
Charlton got KO in the air. Tried to chase down his miss, but Burton found it first. 6 to play. Richmond by 7. Gilliard the quickness.
Yeah, I think Gilliard's going to take advantage of this mismatch here, pushing Grace back.
Now it's Burton right around Charlton. Offensive foul. Quisenberry just outside that restricted area. Second offensive foul against Burton.
And right there, slides to his right, establishes position outside of the restricted area, and Tyler Burton called for the charge.
Richmond has tried more than once in this second half to pull away from Fordham. Rams haven't let them yet. Ohams puts it on the floor and steps out of bounds.
Just a beautiful job there by Nathan KO, coming in, bringing the double, and forcing Chuba to have to go baseline, is unable to straddle that line, steps out of bounds.
And you know, on one hand, Chuba has the ability to put the ball on the floor and make a play, but it's just still not obviously the thing he should be doing on most possessions, especially late in a tight game.
Yeah, Richmond is just welcoming that and just sending the double team his way.
Gilliard scores from in close, and he was fouled.
How do you want it? Jacob Gilliard on all 3 levels. He has been fantastic. Drives to the basket on Antrell Charlton, takes the contact, left-handed fillet, and 1 for Jacob Gilliard. And how about Gilliard tonight? 26 points. 3 rebounds, 2 assists. I mean, he has been fantastic. When the Spiders need a basket, when they need a big shot, Jacob Gilliard has responded every single time.
10 of 13 shooting, the 6 triples. Only 2 steals, though. Below his season average, which leads the NCAA. He's going for the hat trick, by the way. The 3rd straight season leading D1 in steals per game. He's scoring it tonight. The 3-point play gives him 27, and his team has its largest lead of the night.
Yeah, for the Rams, a scoreless drought going near 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
Rose. Good hands by Grace. Looking for a spark to get back into this one. This is the largest deficit they have faced tonight. Jacob Gilliard, 27 points after 28 on Friday in their loss to Davidson. More than making up for Tyler Burton's 2nd straight low-scoring game. Gilliard's got 4. He's got 3 over Ohams. It comes down to Quisenberry, head up into the front court. KO a big chunk of the Cologne Navarro 3. Rams got the empty trip on the defensive end, but couldn't match it with points. They stayed down by 10.
Yeah, Kyle Neptune didn't look happy with that shot there, Cologne Navarro, against a much bigger defender in KO.
How about mismatch here? KO against Cologne Navarro. That's all Cologne Navarro.
But after that, the Spiders really been able to flip the script, a 9-0 run. And now Nathan KO looking to at least extend that lead here at the free throw line.
KO is not a good free throw shooter. He does many things well for the Spider team over his career, but free throw is not one of them. He's missed all 4 he's taken, and they have not been pretty. And of course on cue, the reverse broadcaster jinx works and he hits one, but trying to play catch up, you might want to consider hacking a KO in the last 3+ minutes of this one. Ramsey points in a hurry. Quisenberry, hard fall, hard foul from Gustafson, and free throw is coming.
Yeah, hard drive to the basket, and Gustafson gets his money's worth. But again, Quisenberry has been aggressive all night attacking the rim, and right there he'll go to the free throw line and try and snap this scoreless drought that the Rams have suffered through over the last 3+ minutes.
He gets the first, now just 2 of 4 from the line tonight. Ahmad Harrison is in for the first time in this game, replacing Antrell Charlton. KO leaves, Sherrod comes back in. So immediately disappearing is my strategy to foul Nathan KO.
And Antrell Charlton, he has 4 fouls, so for Kyle Neptune, has to be strategic over these last 3 minutes and 40 seconds.
Quisenberry's had a good night, but 3 missed free throws are going to haunt him. Quisenberry, Harrison, off the steal, they get 2. They're within 8.
Great job there. Kyle Rose initiates that, hounds his defender, forces the turnover, and the Rams get the easy bucket.
Gilliard got it ahead to Burton. And that's on Cologne Navarro out near the arc. Double bonus, so 2 free throws for Tyler Burton.
And Navarro just caught in no man's land, having to guard Tyler Burton with that size advantage that Burton has, just goes right to the basket, and Navarro no choice but to foul him. And Tyler Burton, just a quiet night in the office for him. 6 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. But yet Richmond still finds themselves up 8, up 9 now. And AB, if you could have told Chris Mooney that his leading scorer will be held in check and he'd still find himself with a double-digit lead possibly if Burton makes this next free throw, I think Chris Mooney will take that in a heartbeat.
Absolutely. Second straight low-scoring night, only the 3rd of the season for Burton. A-10's leading score, almost 18 per. Charlton gets the bounce off the window. Rams within 7, still 3 minutes left.
We're seeing more full court pressure. It forced 1 turnover. Let's see if the Rams can force another.
Gilliard's got the handle. Quisenberry takes a seat. Gustafson and Sherrod play catch. Gustafson drives. Oh! Rose! Thought it was clean. Kyle Neptune goes running down his sideline. He thought it was clean as well.
Yeah, it looked like Kyle Rose had timed that perfectly. As we see the replay here, Gustafson thinks he has an open lane, but how about Kyle Rose coming out of nowhere from the left side? Looks like he got all ball, but the refs don't agree.
Gustafson gets the free throw. Coach Neptune back in his normal position after running to the end of his bench and kind of hiding behind his training staff. Two for 2 goes Gustafson, pushing the lead back to 9.
And the Spiders have really lived at the free throw line in the second half, 11 of 17 from the charity stripe.
Rams only 4 of 7 for the game. Hands from KO. Navarro's got to get it in. He barely does, and he doesn't. And this is exactly what we were talking about before the inbounds. Inbounds plays late in games in tight situations have been a bit of a bugaboo for this team. Now, I thought that ball, okay, that's what all they're doing, and they're moving it back for a baseline inbound because the ball was never touched. Clock is good too, it never restarted. Spiders across the timeline. And now they'll milk it.
got to think Jacob Gilliard is going to get a touch before this possession ends.
Harrison's in to chase him on D. Sherrod going down the lane. A miss in Oham's rebounds. Under 2 to go in the Bronx. Rams clinging to life, down by 9. 12 to shoot. They've got to be quicker than this. They can't do that. Gilliard the thievery. Gilliard on the other hand. 29 for Jacob Gilliard.
And that's just an elite defensive possession by Richmond. Gets the steal, and who else? Jacob Gilliard with the acrobatic layup.
Cologne Navarro's 3 misses badly. Ahmad Harrison the offensive rebound. It comes to Rose. Another miss. It's Richmond basketball with 72 seconds to go.
And this Spiders defense, they have been suffocating the communication, what they've been able to do in the passing lanes, the off-ball defense. How about this? Jacob Gilliard gets into the lane, gets the steal, and how about this? Switches it up, gets back to the right side, gets the lay-in to go. 29 points for Jacob Gilliard.
Richmond breaks the pressure. We didn't see consistently from this program competing with the best in the conference. They might lose this game tonight, but they were not outclassed by the Spiders in this one.
No, I mean, they hung in tough, but it's just that inexperience that they just have lapses in crucial spots. And tonight, no difference, and Richmond was able to take advantage.
Quisenberry the hands, Harrison the push. And that's out of bounds off Ahmad Harrison. Had to go quick and maybe got too quick. Gives it back to the Spiders with 43.7 seconds to go.
And AB, that's what I'm talking about, the lack of experience on this team right there. Another turnover, 21 turnovers for the Rams now.
There's Gilliard. Hand in the air, my bad. Lost the dribble, out of bounds, back to Fordham, but it's not going to matter with 38.6 to go.
Yeah, I mean, and Gilliard, as great as he's been, nobody is immune from a shacked in the fool moment there. Just kind of loses it. Might have had a butterfinger before grabbing that ball and loses it on the baseline.
Charlton was coming down the lane, couldn't handle. And now Harrison and Gilliard, and then Gilliard gets knocked by Charlton inadvertently. It's the last thing anybody wants to see now is somebody getting hurt in the final seconds of this one.
Yeah, Gilliard going to the floor. Charlton in his way and almost knocked his knee into the back of his head, but Jacob Gilliard looks good to go as he heads to the free throw line.
Jacob Gilliard has had himself an evening. 29 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals. He had 28 in a loss to Davidson on Friday. He's going to have 30 at least in a win here tonight.
Yeah, and he just continues his tear. I spoke about what he did in the last 3 games. Well, he's continuing it now with this free throw made. 31 points, game high, 6 of 10 from beyond the arc, 3 rebounds, 2 dimes, 3 steals. Jacob Gilliard stuffing the stat sheet.
31 points matches his career high as Quisenberry draws a foul. When Gilliard got the steals record earlier this year at Northern Iowa, he was asked the other day if he kept the ball. And he looked off camera and he said, "Can I say that I have it?" He was afraid that he wasn't supposed to steal that ball, but he stole that one too. It belonged to him. And it's already back in his dorm room in a case, displayed prominently, the ball with which he broke the Division I all-time steals record.
And how cool is that? I mean, as former college students, you've been in a dorm, you know what's in there. It's usually messy clothes everywhere. You have your laptop, books. But for someone like Jacob Gilliard, somewhere in his dorm room, a case with the ball as the all-time steal leaders in D1. Everyone's dorm room looks a little bit different, AB.
Yeah, mine had no such historical accomplishments displayed.
I was going to say, I was a commuter, so all I knew was my room and the classroom. That's it.
No, we probably had some what we thought were sarcastic, funny, deep-thinking posters. Had some fake wood paneling wallpaper to try to look fancy.
Of course, at all times. The decorum is you want the feng shui
exactly
to be at a certain point.
Right, but there was not even a intramural championship trophy, let alone Division I history artifact in my dorm room.
Not even a participation trophy.
No,
huh?
and you know what? I am a proud intramural floor hockey champion. I don't even have the T-shirt from that anymore.
Intramural floor hockey.
Yeah, no, it's as cool as it sounds.
That's what I'm saying. I was going to say, what's going on here?
You know, you should be impressed. Quisenberry looking for 2 more late, gets it on the reverse. Darius Quisenberry has gutted his way to 23. Rams still playing defense here, final seconds. Up ahead, KO with the KO.
And right there's your exclamation point on that dunk by Nathan KO. And how about Richmond on the road? They'll get another win. And over the last 3 seasons, 16-8 in true road games for the Spiders. That will move up. They'll be 17-8 after tonight.
It'll be another win as well over Fordham. 4 in a row and now 18 of 19. And improving to 23-8 overall in the head-to-head. A couple of last changes for Fordham as Ahmad Harrison dribbles this one out.